Okay.
Hello, everyone. Can anyone confirm if they can hear me, please?
Yes, good evening. I'm Felix. I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, wherever you're joining from, Lagos, America, wherever. Welcome to NDDI first flagship Learning Hub series, right? Navigating reference management tools for seamless research. And I'll be your first host. There's a co-moderator for this event. So my name is Uju Honora, and I'm a research associate at NDDI. And my co-host today is Chiamaka Favor Carlo. She's also a research associate at NDDI. So right in a bit, please, if you know anyone that should be on this call, please feel free to share the link to them, right? Even if they did not register, we would like to have as much people as possible, learn from what we are going to be sharing today. So anyone that needs to be on this call, please share. This is actually a webinar that is very important to anyone who is a researcher or a scholar. So please share, and we'll be starting right in a bit. So I will be introducing our speaker, Mrs. Anuoluwapo Taiwo. So I'll be reading her bio. So Anuoluwapo Taiwo is a nutritionist and a Nigerian registered dietitian. She currently works as a lecturer in the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, Faculty of Public Health, University of Ibadan, where she teaches and mentors undergraduate students and conducts research related to public health nutrition and clinical nutrition and dietetics, some of which have been published in peer-reviewed journals. Anuoluwapo enjoys reading and visiting new. Thank you for joining us, Anu. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me, Anu?
Thank you, Uju. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you. All right, so please, I'll be making you the host in a bit, and you can share your screen. Let me know what you need on my end, and I'm here for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Uju, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, NDDI Africa, for the opportunity to share on this platform. Like you said, my name is Anuoluwapo Taiwo. You can call me Anu. So for the next 2 days, last today and tomorrow, I will be, the pilot on this plane. But I will be the one anchoring this session, the webinar series for the 2 days. Thank you for joining. Like Uju said, if you know anyone that needs to be here, kindly share the link with them. I hope you have value for your time. Okay, so we'll just go straight into it. Okay. Okay, so like like we all know, or like Uju said, today and tomorrow we're talking about introduction to reference management tools in research. So before we go into the webinar series, I would like to ask, you can drop in the chat box, has anyone heard of reference management tool before? You could drop yes or no on the chat box so I know. Have you heard of reference management tools before? Okay, someone said yes, Mr. Felix, thank you. Any other person? Okay, yes, yes. Okay, so we have yes, no, yes, no. Okay, thank you for those who have responded. Okay, so if you've heard, have you used anyone before? Yes or no? So that will be the second question. Have you used any reference management tool before? So you can drop on the chat box. Okay, no. Okay, someone even dropped Mendeley out. The next question was, okay, which one have you used before? Someone has already responded. So if you've used one before, which one have you used before? Which one are you currently using? Which one do you use often? Okay, someone said not fully, Mendeley. Okay, another person responded. Anuoluwapo said Mendeley. Any other person? Okay. Mendeley. Okay, someone said I currently use Zotero. Okay, Esther says she currently uses Zotero. Any other person? Okay, thank you for those that responded. Thank you so much for your responses. So we'll just go straight into it. So I hope at the end of this webinar series, you should be able to, so this is like a take home, like at the end of tomorrow, these are the things that we expect that you should be able to know or do. So you should be able to describe reference management tools for those that have not heard about it. And what are they? Why are they important? You should also be able to identify popular reference management tools. Some have been mentioned. Then for the purpose of this series, we will be looking at one of them called Zotero. So you should be able to download and install Zotero on your own. You should be able to identify and use the key features in Zotero. You should be able to add references in Zotero, organize references. Then you should also be able to integrate Zotero with the word processor. So using the word processor, we'll look at how to insert citations and how to generate bibliography, what we also call the reference section for those that write for the reference section in the for those writing their projects and all of that. So basically, this is like a snapshot of what we'll be going through today and tomorrow. So to start off, reference management tools are software that can help you collect, store, organize, and format references and citation. So citation is when you're writing, what you see in text, like you are reading a journal article and you see a statement and you see like a quotation, the name of the author in brackets. So like that citation. Then the reference is like the end section where you have a list of all the authors, the year, the papers, details about the papers you've used in that essay, in that research, in that write-up. So the whole idea of reference management tool is just to help you stay organized. You can imagine you are having, for example, you are doing either for students, your BSc project or MSc project, and you have a research topic, you have to write from chapters 1 to 5, you've downloaded lots of journals, articles, and all of that, and you now have to put all of this together. Sometimes it can be 50, you can have up to 50, 100 references. Sometimes you can have over 200 references. So how do you manage all of this to ensure that it's not stressful, to ensure that you don't have errors, to ensure that you get your work done neatly and well? So this is where reference management tools come in. You can also call them reference management softwares. So they help make life easy when it comes to referencing and referencing in your work. So they are, like I said before, they are software that help you to collect, So we'll see how they help you collect references. We'll see how they help you store. We'll see how they help you organize references. We'll see how they help you format references. And for some of them that have PDF versions, you can be able to make jottings, notes in the PDF material article that you're doing. So they are like one tool you want to know how to use. So that's why it is very, very important if you are into research, because they make your life easy. It saves you a whole lot. So why are they, what can they help you do? I've mentioned some of them. They can help you import references from search engines. So for example, you have a topic, you've used several search engines, Google Scholar, PubMed, and all of that, several websites, you've identified relevant articles that can help you with your work. So for reference management tools, they import those references into the software. So they import all of the references you've gathered from all the search engines and database to a particular place. Then some of them have documents attached to them, maybe PDFs and all of that. You can save those documents in an organized manner. Then you might have to read those documents beyond just reading their abstract, go into details. So while you are reading, you can make notes, you can highlight and all of that. They can help you do that. Then after reading them, when you want to have your write-up, your thesis write-up, or your manuscripts, or whatever you're writing, your essays, your assignments, when you are typing, they can help you insert as you write. So you're not just I remember during my BSc, I had a book where, as I was identifying a particular article that would be useful, I would literally write it in the notes so I don't forget. So when I go back or at the end, I'll be like, oh, okay, I know this was where I got it from. This is how I got it and all of that. And I had to manually do that. But things have changed. Technology has made life easy, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. So you can insert those citations, create bibliographies in the work document easily, like with a click. All of the citations you've used will be generated. Then you can also share your references, or we also call it library. We'll see that as we progress. You can also share it with other researchers. So for example, you are in a team of maybe 2 researchers, you're working with other people on a particular project, and you guys have several deadlines, and everyone have the work spelled out for them, and you might be needing similar articles or references. You can share your library, you can share the references easily with reference management tools. Please, if you are following me, you can drop an emoji so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Please, can we all hear me? Nobody's reacting. Okay, someone said we are following. Thank you very much. Thank you. So far we've defined reference management tools. We've seen how they can help us. So further, why are they important in research? They help you organize your references. So like I said before, all your references will be in a place. You are not they are not scattered all around in your system. And you'll be like, I know I downloaded this. I know I can remember the name. Well, you can't find it. You don't even know where it is. So with reference management tools, you can put all of your references in one place. Then it helps you save time and effort. Imagine me that had to get a book and I was literally writing out all the articles, name of author, citations I used, papers I used during my BSc project. And you can imagine the effort. Some will have commas, some will have dots. Sometimes you even miss it. You can imagine the time that would take. And doing that manually, but with reference management tool, it saves a lot of time. It helps with productivity. So you're saving time, you're saving effort, and it ensures consistency. So you're not making mistakes. You're not saying, oh, I didn't follow the format, the referencing style I was supposed to use. For example, you're supposed to use APA and you forgot the brackets. You didn't place the brackets where it ought to be. You didn't place the year in the right position, or you missed out on a particular name or how the name should be spelled and all of that. So it helps to ensure consistency and reduce error. Then, like I said, the fact that you can read PDFs and make notes, it helps you to keep track of what you've read. So for example, you are reading through an article and something strikes you. You see a very, very interesting fact. You can just highlight it and drop a note there, something that will make you remember that, oh, this will be useful either in my introduction section, or this will be useful for discussing objectives, so and so in the discussion section. So they help you keep track. Then you can, even with that, you can find out, oh, if you've read a particular article, or if you feel a particular article would give you more information than others. Then most importantly, helps you avoid plagiarism. One of the reasons why we reference, aside paraphrasing words that we get from articles and journals and papers, is to avoid plagiarism. So plagiarism is literally taking out what others have done and not giving them credit for it. So reference management tools help you to avoid that. Please, are we together? Please, another emoticon or a reaction, or you can just speak so I know that everyone is following.
Yes, we are here.
Thank you very much. So next we'll be looking at the next thing we'll be looking at are popular reference management tools. So some people have mentioned Mendeley. I think someone mentioned Zotero, but I'm not sure anybody mentioned EndNote. So you might have seen these icons before, you might have seen these words before. So they are reference management tools. So it's just like you have biscuits. Biscuit is the word, but there are different types of biscuits. There are different brands of biscuits. So you can look at this as different, as the examples of common. These are not the only reference management tools that we have, but these are the common ones. And we'll be comparing their features. And for the purpose of this webinar series, we will be looking at how to use Zotero, from downloading it to using it in research. So Mendeley, Zotero, and EndNote. So let's compare them. So for Mendeley, so for the three of them, they have both desktop and online version. So for Zotero, there is the Zotero desktop software, which you can use offline. For Mendeley too, there is the desktop software, which you can use offline. Then there are online versions. When you are online, you can also use some of them. But the beauty about all of this software is the fact that you can sync your library. So your library is where you keep all the references. You can sync your library over time between devices and with the online library. So you are working online and suddenly, or you're working offline and suddenly you go online. So you can sync. So maybe you've added more references. You can sync what you have, provided you've created the account. We'll see how all of that works. Then you can have Zotero for Windows. You can download it on Windows if you have the Windows operating system, and it's also available for Mac users. So we'll see how it works. So for both Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote, they are available for Windows and Mac users. So some of them have mobile apps. So for Zotero, you can download the mobile app on, there's the Android version of the mobile app. I'm not sure of there's the iPad, like iOS version. I'm not sure of the Android version. But for Mendeley, currently the mobile app is not in existence again. They used to have Android and iOS app, but they discontinued sometime in 2021. For EndNotes, you can download them on your iPad, you can download them on your iPhone. So when it comes to pricing, which is very, very important because we are where we are, for Zotero and Mendeley, you can download it for free. You can create a free account. But for EndNote, if you want to download a personal account, you have to pay. I think there's also the student version, which is lesser than the regular one. But for individuals that are in institutions that have licenses, they might not need to pay. So you might log in through your institution account. So you can find out if your institution has a license for it, and you will be able to use it. But for Zotero and Mendeley, you can download them free, create an account free of charge. So another important thing you want to know is the storage capacity for each of these reference management tools. So for Zotero, remember I said it's free. So with the free accounts or the free version, you get a cloud storage of 300 MB. So I said we have the desktop version and the online version, and you can always sync whatever you have with your online library. So you have a space of 300 MB on Zotero. For Mendeley, you have a larger space, 2 gig. While for EndNote, where you have to pay, you can have unlimited storage. But for Zotero and Mendeley, if you want more storage capacity, then you have to pay. So I think it's subscription based. You pay yearly and you get more capacity, 2 gig, 10 gig, and even unlimited, depending on which subscription plan you choose. So next, how do they work? Like in summary, how do they work? For Zotero, basically for all of them, they detect the citation from popular databases generally and all. But one important thing about Zotero is the fact that it can detect citation from web pages. So for instance, you get a definition from WHO, you get a definition from FAO or any important web page. Zotero is able to pick that citation. And I think it's the only one that can do that. So it can pick citation from both PDF and non-PDF contents or non-PDF documents. So another thing about Zotero is the fact that you can also search for articles using identifier. So if a document has an identifier, say a DOI or an ISBN for books, you can search for those documents using the identifier. Then another important feature, comparing the facts. So for all of them, you can share. Remember I said you can share your library, you can share your references with different people, but how you share differs across these reference management tools. So for Zotero, you can share to unlimited groups. So you'll see that we can create different groups depending on your research, if you have different research groups that you're working with. And for each group, you can have unlimited number of people in that group. That's for Zotero. But there is a but. Remember, I said the storage capacity for the free version is 300 MB. So you are limited to what you can actually share because of that. But if you intend to get more space, buy up more space, subscribe, you can, there's no limit to the number of references you can get depending on the subscription plan that you are on. For Mendeley, you can share, but to a limited number of group and people. So for the free account, you can actually create 5 private groups. So private groups means you can just share the references to individuals in that group. So you have the chance of creating a maximum of 5 groups, and for each group, a maximum of 25 members. While for EndNote, the current version, that's EndNote 21, you can share your library, the entire library and the attachment to as many as 1,000 people. But for EndNote 20, you can just share to 200 people. For the lesser versions of EndNote, I think you can share to maybe 100 people or 14 people, depending on the number. Okay. For another thing we want to find out, I said they can help you. You can annotate, you can download the PDF. For PDFs, you can download the PDF, read on the PDF, annotate or highlight on the PDF. That works on all 3 platforms. Then for the word processor capability, the fact that I said that you can integrate it with a word processor to ensure that you insert citation and generate bibliography. That works for the three reference management tools. But for Zotero works on Microsoft Word and Google Docs. So if you are typing your article, your manuscript, your thesis on Microsoft Word and Google Docs, Zotero can work on those platforms. But for Mendeley works only with Microsoft Word. For EndNote works in Microsoft Word, but it's only the recent version, I think, that works with Google Docs. So I think that's briefly, I hope you were able to see the differences, the similarities in the among the three reference management tools. So Zotero and Mendeley is free. You can have free accounts. For EndNote, you have to pay except your institution has license. For Zotero, you have limited space compared to Mendeley and EndNote. Then another important thing I want to say is for those that do systematic reviews, EndNote will come in handy because I think for most people that do systematic reviews, they use EndNote. Then for all of them, you can highlight on the PDF. For Zotero, it works with Microsoft Word and Google Docs. Mendeley works with only Microsoft Word. Sorry, I think someone is. Could you please, can you help me mute the person's mic? Okay, I think I've done that. Thank you. Okay, then as I was saying, Microsoft works on all platforms, but Google Docs works on Zotero and the most recent version of EndNote. Okay, so before we continue, as usual, can I have a reaction? You can say respond with a shout, with a signal, with your best emoticon, so I just know that we are following. Thank you very much. So before we go into downloading and installing Zotero for today, I would like to show us the interface of EndNote and Mendeley. So at least we have an idea of what they look like. But the beautiful thing about this thing is if you know how to use one, you most likely know how to use the other one because they almost have the same layout. The basic thing is for every article you click on, you can literally see the information attached to that article or document. So I'll start with EndNote. So we'll see the layout for EndNote. So this is what, can you all see my screen? This is what EndNote looks like. On the left, you can see the panel that has the file, edit, reference, group section. So here you can see all references on the left corner. Okay, and in the middle section, you can see the list of references and more details about the references. So you can see the author, the year, the title, and the journal name. So if you click on one item, I think the one I clicked on here is Kumal 2009. You can see the PDF version of it. So I think I have EndNote on my system. Let me just pull it up so that I can just navigate, then we can see. Okay, can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
So this section on the left has all references there. So I have 54 references in total downloaded here. So if I move to this section, let me click on one of them. Okay, on this section, you can see author, year, title, journal, and you can always adjust, you can move and all of that. You can move them. you can see whether it's a journal article or it's most of them are journal article. Okay, this is EndNote, so most of them are journal article, or maybe they are books. So let me click on one. Then yes. So this is, I clicked on, okay, so the title here says 2020 WHO ANC da. So when I double clicked on it, it brought me to this page. So this is the PDF attached to this document. So I can read here. I can highlight the section I'm interested in, add a comment. I can mark it up such that after I'm done. So I've highlighted now. I can drag it and maybe add a comment. Where are you? Sorry. Okay. So I can add a comment to that. Sorry, it is around here. Yes. So I can write, oh, useful for introduction section or justification section, something that would make it interesting for you. So this is what EndNote looks like. This is so that's the PDF. So now this is the information, we call it metadata about this article. It's not, okay, it's not, it has the title, it has the reference type, but it did not provide information about author and year. So we'll see how we can adjust for those ones that don't have that. But let me try and see if I can pull up one that has a complete. Okay, sorry. Okay. So, but basically, that is how the EndNote interface, this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to share the interface for Mendeley. Okay, yeah. Okay, please, can we see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is how the Mendeley interface looks like. So before, it used to be Mendeley desktop, but if you had to download it now, you see something like Mendeley Reference Manager. So that's like the updated version. It's not allow you, they won't allow you download the old version. So you can see that the layout is almost similar to that of EndNote. You can see all references. You can see the author, the year, the title. So these are all the documents I've downloaded on this in my library. These are all documents I've downloaded. So I can, so author, year, title, the source, that's the journal name, the date it was added, and whether the file is available. That's if I downloaded the file or not. So I can, once I click on, so let me click on this and go to information. So with information, I have the title there, the abstract, the DOI number, the names of the author and all. I didn't make any annotation on it, so there is none that I can see here. So if I want to read, I can click on this and voila, the article comes up and I can do whatever I want to do here, make my notes, highlights, and all of it. So this is how, this is what, okay, I just closed that section now. The library section, and I'm back to this. So this is what the interface of this is what Mendeley looks like. So, but we will not be going into how it works. If you're interested about how it works, you can read about it. Information is everywhere. You can always read about it. They are very interesting tools to, if you're interested in them, they are very, very interesting tools to engage. And they are not rocket science. I feel if you can use your phone, if you can chat, you'll be able to navigate all of this software. Okay, so we will be moving on. Let me stop sharing now. Okay. We'll be moving on to what's our focus for this series, that is how to use Zotero. So far, we've talked about reference management tools. We've seen how important they are or how they can be used. We've identified common reference management tools. We have compared features across the 3 reference management tools that we looked at. That's Zotero, EndNote, and Mendeley. And we've also seen how the layout, the interface or the layout of the Mendeley and EndNote software, how they look like. So at this point, I will just ask, I think I was supposed to put out a poll. Uju, is it possible for us to still launch the poll? I don't seem to find it here. Hello, Uju.
Okay, you can see it on your end because you're the host. I don't have. And let me confirm.
So we can just launch, if it's possible, you can just help us launch the second poll. So it's just for us to answer a few questions about what we've learned so far. They're simple questions, don't worry. It's just for you to know whether you, just like you are scoring yourself, am I following? Have I gotten anything, basically? So would you let me know if that's not possible? We can always use another method. I can always drop the questions maybe on the chat box and people respond.
Yeah, sorry, you can actually pull the poll out from your side.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let me check. So would you let me know if that's not possible? We can always use another method. I can always drop the questions. Maybe the chat box.
You can pull it up from there. You can actually pull the poll out from your side.
Okay.
Hello, are you here? Hello?
Okay, I think I'm
Okay.
finding it difficult to do. So maybe I just ask the questions and people respond on the chat, in the chat section. It's not bringing the icon out. I don't know why. Okay, so the first question we have here is reference management. Okay, let me just drop it. I didn't realize that.
Can you share it on your end or should I do that for you?
Please do, thank you.
Okay, that's fine. A minute, please, or a second.
Sorry, Uju, you can try to pull it out from your side.
Okay, you know what? So we don't. Okay, thank
So
you.
can you see the first?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, I can't see the poll on my end. So
Yeah.
we'll just make it with this. But by tomorrow, please, we'll work on it.
No problem.
I apologize, everyone. Thank you.
No problem. So the question is in the chat box. Just let's respond to the first one. You could just put the option that you feel is correct. Okay. We are having these. Nobody's choosing A or B. Okay, so the question says, for those that are, let me just read out. Reference management tools can do which of the following? Collect references, annotate PDFs, share references, all of the above. And everybody says all of the above. Thank you very much. Would you please, can you put up the second question?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Which of the reference management tool collects references from web pages? Is it EndNote, Mendeley, or Zotero? Okay. C. Oh, someone says A. Okay, C. Okay, we have lots and lots of C's. So yes, C is the correct answer. It's Zotero that allows us collect references from web pages. So basically, with Zotero, you can collect references from both PDFs and non-PDF content, like web pages. Thank you very much. So the last question, Uju. Okay. Which reference management tool do you have to pay to create a personal account? EndNote, Mendeley, or Zotero? Okay. Which reference management tool do you have to pay to create a personal account? EndNote, Mendeley, or Zotero? So we have A. Okay, I could see C and B. I don't know if it's for this question or another question. But I could see A. So the answer is A. So we said that for Zotero and Mendeley, you can create a personal account free of charge. But for EndNote, you have to pay to create personal account, except the only way you can have EndNote free is if your institution has license for it, but you'd pay for it. Okay, thank you so much. I think we have a very, very engaging audience. Thank you for your responses. And I want to believe that so far, we've all gotten something so far. So now we'll be going into Zotero. So we'll look at how to download and install Zotero. So I want to believe everyone, I don't know, do we have our laptops handy? It's best with your laptop actually. But if you don't have it today, it's fine. But tomorrow I'll advise that everyone comes or logs in with their laptop. Because tomorrow I don't think I have any slides for tomorrow. So basically I'm just walking you through everything. And it will be nice for you to also follow through from your end tomorrow. So today we'll try and download and install Zotero. We'll look at the interface, and if there's time, we'll see how to add the various methods of adding references to your Zotero library. So for Zotero, okay, I think I still have one more thing on my slide. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, I even have an interface for Zotero here. So this is how I think this is the Mac version of Zotero. This is how it looks like. And you can see it's similar to Mendeley and EndNote. It has the 3 section, the library, the names of the articles you have in your library, and the information about the article. So if you have your system with you, just go to zotero.org, and it should, if you put zotero.org/download, it should take you to this page. So I'll just stop sharing now, and I would go to my web browser. So I uninstalled the Zotero software I have on my system so we could actually go through it together. So I'll share my screen. Let me just Zotero.org. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Okay, so I'm using a Chrome browser as Google Chrome. So I typed zotero.org. If you type zotero.org, you should find yourself here. Please, can you see my screen? If you can drop yes, you can drop an emoji. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So if you type zotero.org on like Google, it should take you here. But if you type zotero.org/downloads, once you click this download button, this is where to take you. So, okay, let me ask, how many, if you have your system and you are following with me, drop 1 on the chat box. Just type 1. Great. Okay, so at least I have some people following me. Thank you. So if you have a Windows operating system, you can, so this is the Zotero 6 for Windows, you can download this. But if you want it for iOS, for Mac version, the different versions available. Oh, I didn't tell you it has the Linux version. If you want the Mac, if you're using a Mac operating system, you would click on this. If you want to download it, like that, you want the iOS app on your iPad, you click on this. But I use a Windows operating system, so I will just click on this download here. So just click on it and it should download on your, so mine is actually downloading here. Yes, so it has downloaded completely. I also encourage, so on the right-hand side, you can see Zotero connector. It's a it's a plugin, and it's going to be very, 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 very useful. So if you've downloaded the Zotero software, you can drop 2 on the chat box. Just type 2. Okay, nice. Thank you. Just 1 person. Okay, 2. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. So the next thing we'll want to do is to install this Chrome connector. So if you are using Google Chrome like me, you can install the Chrome connector. But if you are using another web browser, say Firefox or Edge or Safari, you would click on the one on the web browser that you are using. So for me, I'm using Google Chrome. So I will just install the Chrome connector. So you just click on it. And it will take you to this page. Then you can click on Add to Chrome. So it's like an extension plugin. So just click on Add to Chrome. Read and change all that. Click on Add to Extension. So it has downloaded. So if you want to, yes. So once that is done, you see something like this. Zotero connector has been added to Chrome. So if I want to see it, if I want to be sure, I will go to Extensions. the extensions I have on my Chrome. So these are a series of extensions that I have, but I'm looking for the Zotero connector. So you might not have all of these, but just look for Zotero connector. And what I want you to do is to pin it so that it's visible on your Chrome browser. So if you click on pin, the pin icon will turn blue, and you will see, you will see this icon that looks like a paper. You see it on the tab section. So that is how you know you have the Zotero connector, the web connector already installed. So if you've done that, please type 3. If you've not done that, please type 0. Okay, so I'm saying threes. Okay, someone said 0. Are you having a problem installing, or you are not using a laptop now? The person that typed 0, Ofamubok. Can you speak? Okay, someone said I'm not using a laptop now. Okay, she said I'm trying to download. Okay. Someone said I'm having issues downloading the app. When you say the app, is it the Zotero software or the web connector? Which one? Sophia? Which one of them? Is it the software or the web connector? Okay.
Zotero.
Yes. Where are you currently?
I'm on that interface.
Are you on this
right
page?
now? That page that there is. Let me check now. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So have you clicked on download?
Yes, I've clicked on download.
So if you've clicked on download, can you check, you see my cursor, can you check this section if you can find Zotero there? You should have something like this. Okay, just drop a response on the chat box if you have done that. But if you click on the download and you have strong internet, you should find it on the download section of your Google Chrome. So before we leave this page, an important thing I want us to do is to register. So if you're using Zotero for the first time, I would advise that you create an account. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to sync your offline desktop software with the online library. So you can literally save all the references on the cloud, like in the cloud rather. You know, I said we had 300 MB cloud storage. So by creating the account, you can sync your library, you can sync all the references you have and it's saved on the cloud basically. So you don't get to lose your references. And if you are changing devices, all you have to do is log into the account and sync it with that account, and all the references you've ever used and is still available will be there. So to do that, if you don't have a Zotero account, you click on register. It's very easy. So this is my email address. I have an account, so I'm not going to do this. So just fill in the details, your email, your password, and you would be registered. But if you have an account, all you have to do is log in and it will bring out your username here. So this is how you know you logged in. So it brought out my name, Anuoluwapo Taiwo. So you can click on it, you see your profile. So with this, you can literally see, I can see my library. So this is actually the online version of Zotero. So these are all the documents I have on that account. But remember, I told you that I uninstalled it, so you will not be seeing it after downloading Zotero at the on the desktop end. So how many people have been able to create accounts? Okay, someone is asking a question. Please, where did you click to log in? Okay, so if we go back to, okay, let me sign out first so that you can see. So remember we went to this famous page. If you check the right corner, you see login and you see register. So you register if you don't have an account. Once you click on it, you put in your email address, put in a password, and it creates an account for you. But if you already have an account, for those that said they are already using Zotero, you can just log in here, put in your username and your password, then it will take you to your library that contains all the references you've ever worked with before. So I hope that is clear. I hope that helps. Okay, she said, okay, the person said, all right. Thank you very much. So let me go back to this famous page. So remember I said you can upgrade your storage. So currently I'm using the free, remember I said for the free version, you get 300 MB. But if you want more space, you can subscribe. So if you want 2 gig, you pay $20 a year. If you want 6 gig, you pay $60 a year. And if you want unlimited storage capacity, this is the amount you pay. So based on what you want, you can do that. So yes, you can actually use Zotero. You can use the online version if you don't want to download it on your desktop. But for those that don't have access to internet all the time, you can, I'll advise you to actually download the desktop version and you can work offline. You don't have to be connected to the internet. If you've downloaded all your resources, you can always use the desktop version offline. Okay, so we've just downloaded, we've not run the application on I've not installed the application on my system. So far, if you have downloaded the Zotero software and you've downloaded the Zotero software, so I know how many people are with me. My internet is not stable. Okay, I think my internet got bad for a minute. I said if you've downloaded the Zotero software and the web connector, please type 3. Thank you. Thank you so much. So just 2 people so far. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think I'll continue at this moment. So let's install then. Or does anyone have, okay, let me check the chat box. Okay, someone said I got bumped up by the network too. Okay. So, but do you understand how to go about downloading and installing the web connector? Okay, she said she has downloaded it. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So now we would install the downloaded, that's the desktop version that we downloaded. So we want to install it. So you just click on it, basically. Let me stop sharing here so that you can see what it looks like. Ah. So if you've downloaded Zotero, just go to the folder where it should be on your downloads. Let me share. So it will be on your downloads. Just double click on it and it will ask for permission to run the app on your device. So just grant access. Click on yes. Let me share my screen so we see. So once you grant access, just follow through till you get to finish. Basically, it's very simple. Okay, yes, we are here. So after double clicking on the Zotero software, someone's mic is on. I don't know who, but please can you unmute your mic? Thank you. Sorry, can you mute your mic? Okay, so if you have double clicked on the Zotero software that you downloaded in your downloads folder, you grant access for your computer to run it. You have something like this on your screen. Then you click on next. Just click on next, install, so you get to finish. It's that simple. Okay, someone is asking without signing in. Will I lose my files if I once you create an account and you go to the desktop version, you can sync that particular the references on your desktop the desktop version. You can sync it to the online library. So what that means is all the references that you have downloaded. So all the references you have currently with the desktop software is on your local system. It is stored on your system. But if you create an account and you sync it with the online library, you are able to access the references online wherever you are, even if you are not with your system or you are using another device, as far as you've logged in with your account, so you will not lose it. Someone says, I was not able to download the app. Okay, what was the problem so that we'll know how to help? You can unmute and speak if you can, or you can just type. For those installing, once you get to finish, click on finish and it will take you to, it should bring out a Zotero interface that looks like this. Oops. Someone's mic is on. Could you please, can you help me mute the person's mic? Thank you. Okay, so if you've downloaded Zotero, your interface will not look like this. Yours will be blank, except you have an account before and you signed in with your account. So all of these things, I wanted a blank account. Really. All of these things here are from my previous, what I've downloaded before. And that was because I think I opened my account. I wanted a blank account so that we can go through it together. But if you finish installing, can you type A or something? A, you can type A. Great. So you have a blank, you won't have any reference on yours. You would have file there, edit, view, and all, but the library will be empty. Okay, thank you. Oh, we have a lot of people that have done that. That's great. Thank you very much. Someone said, I don't know how to locate the Chrome connector, but I have added it. Okay, so let me go back to that. So for the purpose of that person, I will share my, I'll go back to that section. Let me stop sharing this and share my web browser. Okay, so can you see my screen? The person that could not locate the web connector. Yes, you won't see a Z icon. Well, you won't necessarily see a Z icon. You could see a paper icon. It's still indicating. Once you click on it, you see Zotero connector. You're safe. So the person that could not locate the connector, what you could do is go to the extension, click on it, try to locate Zotero connector. This is it. It's possible you did not pin it to the tab on your web browser, so you might not find it. So okay, so if I unpin it, I will not, there is no icon for Zotero here. All of these are other things that I have. So if I click on extension and I locate the Zotero connector and click on the pin, a Z or a paper icon should come up. And if you like toggle your cursor on it, you will see Zotero. So that is one way for you to know that you have it. So is that fine? I hope that helps. I don't know the person that asked the question, but I hope what I've said would be able to help you. Okay, so I was asking if you have successfully downloaded and installed the Zotero desktop software. Kindly type, I can't remember the letter I said, but you can type A on the chat box. I know some people typed before. So if you have, you can type A. Okay. Okay, someone said, I don't have a blank page. What do you have showing? If you've been using Zotero before, yours will not be blank like mine. The audio is bad. Please, can you hear me or it's just the person? Can others hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Anu.
Yeah, yes, I can.
Okay. So the person that cannot hear, you can check your internet
Yes,
connection.
I can hear
Okay, thank you very much.
you.
So I was saying, if you've not used Zotero before, you would have a blank page. Let me share my Zotero. Exactly. You can see. Okay. So if you've not used Zotero before, you will not find anything on this middle section. You won't have any document here. Mine is showing because it is synced to my account and all of that. So you won't find anything under the library, like on the left-hand side, all these folders will not be there, but you will see library. You will see my publications on the left-hand side, duplicate items and all those things. But all these specifics you are saying, especially in the middle section, you will not have it on yours. Yes, someone said mine is showing welcome to Zotero. Yes, yes, yes. That is what you have. So I was hoping that mine would not take me to this. That was the whole essence of uninstalling and all of that. But I think maybe because my account was open, it just synced and brought me to this. Okay, so we're going to in the next few minutes, we'll just go through basic features in the interface. We'll still go through it tomorrow. We'll go through basic features in the interface. Then tomorrow, we would see how we can add references, the various ways we can add references on Zotero, and how we can manage these references. Then we'll also look at how to insert citations. So you're working on your assignment, your article, you're already typing. For those that have different chapters, you type chapter 1, introduction, and you want to insert who said what or who made this statement. How do you do that? So we're going to look at that tomorrow, and we'll also look at how to generate bibliography based on the references style that you are using. So we'll do all of that tomorrow. But for the purpose of today, in the next few minutes, we'll just look at the interface and the basic, like what the icons mean and what they can do. So if we're together, please type 5. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the first thing you see at the top left corner is my library, Zotero. Then next you see file. So if you click on file, you can add a new item, whether it's a book, a document, a journal article, a newspaper article. It's a whole lot. So remember I said with Zotero, you can add both PDF and non-PDF content. Then you can add new notes, new collection. We will see how to use all of that tomorrow. You can import references from another library. So say you've been using Mendeley and you have some references there, you can actually import that library here. So you click on, whether it's in a file or from for example, for Mendeley Reference Manager, you can click on it and it just imports all of the library to Zotero for you to use. Remember I said it helps you organize. So you can decide that, oh, I'm using Mendeley, oh, I think I want to switch to Zotero or another reference manager. You don't have to download all of the articles again. You can literally move all of the references. That library, it's called the libraries. The library contains all of the references. You can move it to Zotero. You can just import it. Then exit. So exit means what just happened. I just exited Zotero. So let me just click on it again. Sorry. Let me try and pull it up again and share. Where are you? Okay. Sorry, please a minute. Yes. So I was talking about exit just takes you out of Zotero like we saw. This edits icon. The view, so you can change the layout. So this is the standard layout. You can have it in the stacked view. So if you click on stacked, you have the library here and the details section will be down. But if you want the standard layout, you have this here. So you can, the font size, you want it bigger, you can increase it. For the notes, if you're writing on the notes, what font size do you want and all? I'm sorry, let me just move this away from here. Okay, for the tools, yes. Okay, so from the tools, you can, if you've not installed the browser connector, you can actually click on it and install it. You can manage attachments here. like file, link to files here. Then there is the help section. If you want, you can check for updates about Zotero and all of that. I think there's something, yes. So under the edit section, this preferences allows you to, I said Zotero, with Zotero, you can have your references formatted in different reference styles. So it has over 1,000 reference styles available. So these are the ones you can find here, but you can get additional reference styles. So if you click on get, it will take you to a whole lot. So let me cancel that. So if you want to go there, just go to preferences. You can select your preferred. So are you using Appa? Are you using Vancouver? You can select it, but we'll see how that one works and how to use it tomorrow. I just wanted to point that out. Then the next line, we see new collections. So before I go there, under the library, that is where you find all the references you've ever downloaded on Zotero put together. But with the collections, it's like you are creating a folder. So for example, you have an assignment and you have your project work. So the references you are downloading is for your assignment, but not for your project. You can have it organized. So you can create a folder for that and maybe title it assignment. And voila, it's created. So all the references you'll be downloading, you can just put them here. But under my library, it brings out all the references you have, regardless of the folders you've created. So the folders just make it easy for you to navigate and makes your work organized. So, and you can have subfolders. So for example here, this folder says cardiovascular risk assessment. I created a subfolder, and this is how you create a subfolder. Just right click and new subfolder. And you type the name and so let me just put new here. And a subfolder under the cardiovascular risk is created. So for example, if you're working on your thesis and maybe you can just create a folder for, say, literature review, or you can create a folder for references based on the key terms if you're using multiple ones. Just something that can make your work organized and how best. So there's no one way there is no one way to it. So you can create a folder, you can create subfolders depending on how organized you want your work to be and how easy you want to be able to navigate. So my publications is where you put publications you've created, like your work, and also if you have a journal article where you are the author, you can include that here. So another good thing about Zotero is it helps you identify duplicate items and you can merge them. So if you click on duplicate items, all the articles, so for example, you were searching and you downloaded a particular article and you were searching again, maybe on another day, and you found it interesting and you downloaded it again. So with the duplicate items, you can actually decide on choosing one. So if you click on one, like I've done, you will see merge two items. So then you decide on what version you want to use. So it shows you the date. So for example, I downloaded the first one, 30th November 2023 at so time. I downloaded the second one, 1st November 2023. So I can merge the two and I'm left with one. So that's what the duplicate item does for you. Unfiled items are items that are not in any folder. So you do not put this item in any folder. That is why they will be under unfiled items. Then the bin is where you find all the articles you've deleted before. And you can empty the bin, but I advise you not to empty it until you're sure that you've used all the references you want to. So now the group library is where you can, I said you can share and collaborate. You can share your library. So with the group library, you can create a folder and share that library with someone. So for example, I created this folder, PhD Literature Review, and I have all of these articles. So I can sync it, I can export the library and all of that. So that's what that function is for. So I can sync it with the online version and share it with another person that would be working with me on it. So that's what that is for. Then this at the lower side, you can see several names. I think I have like 4 names. 4 sentences. Will I call it names now or sentences? They are called, that's the tag section. So it's just another way of organizing your work. So you can put tags. So maybe some references, if you don't want to create subfolders, some references that are speaking to a particular thing. So for example, you are working on, say, micronutrient supplementation and something else. So all the articles that are related to maybe micronutrient supplementation in year 2010, you can just create a tag and put 2010 micronutrient supplementation, or so that tag works with it, and you can have multiple tags. So what it does is when you click on the tag, every reference related to that tag comes up on the reference section. So it's just another tool for organizing your work, really. Please, are we together? I think I've said a lot in a few minutes. Uh-oh. But my page, okay, someone said my page is blank. Yes, your page is blank because we've not downloaded anything. Remember I said I have all of these because these are all the articles I've downloaded before today. So you're fine. We are going to add, I'm not sure we're going to do that today. We're running out of time. But by tomorrow, we are going to be adding references. So we'll be populating your library. We'll use several methods to add references to your library, and you will see how it will get populated tomorrow. Please, is that fine? Yeah. Okay, someone said, I didn't get how you merge duplicate. So just click on duplicate. Click on one of the documents that are similar. The two of, for example, I clicked on the first one and it highlighted the two because the two are similar. If you have 3 that are similar, it will highlight the 3. So for example, I have 3 of these that are similar. So once you click on it, on the right-hand side, you see merge 3 items. But before that, it will tell you to choose the version that you want to use as a master item. You can merge it and it retains one of it. So that's how it works.
It's a mosquito. You saw it.
Okay, someone's mic is on. Would you please, can you help us?
Because all of that your big-headed laptop. Rapunzel, what are you listening to? What is listening about? What's your benefits?
It should help in my research.
Research for what? Eh? Research for what? Research for what?
Okay. Okay, so I hope I've been able to answer that question. So moving up, the icon here, we're moving to the middle section. So at the top, okay, I don't think I talked about this icon. If you want to add a new library, you can always do that with this icon. So moving to the next icon, new item. So with this icon, you can add, this icon allows you to add a book, a document, a journal article. You can add manually. I don't want to go into what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but you can add a book, a journal article, file and all using different ways. So you can add it manually, or like I said, you can add it using the identifier, either the DOI or ISBN if it's a book. So this one, the next one here allows you to add a reference using the identifier. This icon here allows you to create new notes and all. You can always search for a particular reference that, oh, you remember the name or you remember something about it, but you don't know which one it is. You can just type keywords here and total using any one of these, and it will bring out the most likely, like the items related to what you are searching for here. So before we go, I will just show us. So for example, I click on this icon. I already downloaded this, and we can see on the right-hand side the information about it. We can see that it's a journal article. We can see the title of the article, the authors. There are several authors. This one even picked the abstract. Nice. The publication, the journal where it was being published, the volume, all of these details that you usually write when you are doing it manually, it has all of this here. So we call this the metadata for this article. And we can see that the PDF is also available. So this icon here shows that it's a journal article and the PDF is also available. I think this icon shows that it's a book. So there are several, I think, yeah, it's a book. So you can see from the item type that it's a book, but with the icon, you can also know that it's a book. So this section provides information about the journal article we are looking at. We can make notes on it. We can add tags. Those are the tags that I was talking about at the other side. And you can add as many tags as you want, depending on how best you can remember. And you can decide not to add any tag. Then related, so you can add journal articles that are related to this. So this can help you when you are doing a discussion that is around a particular scenario. So for example, you are talking about iron supplementation in Nigeria, and you have several articles that have talked about the a particular indicator, the number of, for example, the number of women that used iron supplements in several states in Nigeria. So you can use maybe the related article to say, oh, this article is related to this because of this. And you can use the tag function to say, oh, all of these are talking about iron supplementation in Nigeria. So it just makes it easy for you to find. Okay, that being said, I think I've said a lot today. So this icon here is where you can sync the references with the online library. So if you click on it, it actually syncs. I did that in the last 40 minutes, I think, when I went online. So it just synced automatically. So the sync function works when you are online. So when you are offline, you will most likely not see this. So I think I'm going to stop here today, and we will continue tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be adding references. We'll see the various ways how by which you can add references. We would see how we can use these articles documents that we've downloaded. Then we'll also see how to insert citation. I'll be using Microsoft Word for the purpose of this presentation. But if you have Google Docs, I think it works almost the same way. So we'll do that tomorrow. So at this point, I don't know if anyone have questions. Oh, is this tags different from what you said before? No. So this is where you insert, this tags is where you insert the tags, and this list here just shows the number of tags that you have. So for example, if I click on a particular journal article and I want to tag it, so on the right-hand corner, I can click on the tag and put the name that I want for the tag. So this tag here just shows the list of all the tags that I have. The first one I showed you on the left-hand side. So I don't know if anyone have questions. Okay. Please repeat how you synchronize few minutes. Okay, so for you to synchronize, you have to be online, number one, and you must have a Zotero account. So once you have a Zotero account and you're online, just go to the top right corner. You see a green button. If you toggle on it, you see sync with Zotero.org. So you can also see that I last synced 2 minutes ago because I clicked on it about 2 minutes ago. So all you have to do is just click on it and it just keeps rolling. So if, for example, you have downloaded new articles, maybe in the last 1 hour, 2 hours, or you can sync periodically based on how often you feel. So the whole advantage of syncing is the fact that your references are safe in the cloud and you can access it in another device once you can log in. Okay. So, thank you very much too for attending. I think I enjoyed this session. It was really engaging. Thank you for your responses. You responded to the questions, you asked questions. So it was really, really interesting. Thank you for your time. Thank you, NDDI. Thank you, Uju, for the opportunity. So we'll see tomorrow. So in preparation for tomorrow, if you've not downloaded the Zotero app or the web connector, I would advise you do so. And as much as possible, everyone should log in with their laptops tomorrow so you can just follow. It makes it easy for you to follow as we're doing it, and you can ask questions if you want to. But for those that also follow today, you can practice against tomorrow. You can decide to uninstall the Zotero app and install it again. You can try installing it on another device just so you know that, oh, I can do it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Uju, I'll be handing over to you now. Hello, Uju.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Anu, for this wonderful session. I mean, I learned a lot, and thank you for your time. You are a good tutor. Yes, someone just said that in the comment section, and I totally agree. It was interactive, it was engaging.
Thank you.
100%. Thank you so much for your time. And to
Thank you.
everyone, thank you for joining this session. Today is just day one. And as Anu already mentioned, tomorrow is going to be more hands-on. So please do well to, download all the necessary tools, get yourself ready with your laptop, good internet connection, because tomorrow will be, a bit a more hands-on practical session, right? So, and it's still same time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time to, roughly 9 p.m. Nigerian time. And lastly, I would also like to mention that this video will be uploaded on our YouTube page. So you can just go to YouTube and just check NDDI Africa Nutrition Drive for Healthy Diet Initiative Africa, and you would find us on YouTube. So it will be uploaded both today's session and then tomorrow's session. So please do well to tune in tomorrow, same time again. And thank you everyone for being part of today's session. Have a very lovely night rest or a good day wherever you are joining in from. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.